नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, which chapter? 46th chapter, text number 30. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Yuvam Shlaghyatamau Nunam Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Khila Gurau Yatkrita Matiridrishi. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Yuvam Shlaghyatamau Nunam Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Khila Gurau Yatkrita Matiridrishi. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Yuvam Shlaghyatamau Nunam Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Khila Gurau Yatkrita Matiridrishi. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Dehinam Ihamanada Akhila Guru Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Akhila Guru Yatkrita Matiridrishi. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Yuvam Shlaghyatamau Nunam Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Khila Gurau Yatkrita Matiridrishi. Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Khila Guru Yatkrita. Matajis. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Yuvam Shlaghyatamau Nunam Dehinam Ihamanada Narayane Akhila Guru Yatkrita Matiridrishi. Shri Uddhava Uvacha. Shri Uddhava said, Yuvam, you too, Shlaghyatamau, the most praiseworthy, Nunam, for certain, Dehinam, of embodied living beings, Iha, in this world, Manada, O respectful one, Narayane, for the Supreme Lord Narayana, Akhila Gurau, the spiritual master of all, Yat, because, Krita, produced, Matihi, a mentality, Idrishi, like this. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Sri Uddhava said, O respectful Nanda, certainly you and Mother Yashoda are the most praiseworthy persons in the entire world. Since you have developed such a loving attitude towards Lord Narayana, the spiritual master of all living beings. Purport. Understanding Nanda's mood as expressed by his statement, Manye Krishnam cha Ramam cha praptau iha surottamau. I think Krishna and Ram must be two exalted demigods. Uddhava here referred to Krishna as Lord Narayana. We'll take the 31st shloka also. I'll read the translation. Is that the format? I'll read the translation and purport. Translation. These two lords, Mukunda and Balaram, are each the seed of the womb of the universe, the creator and his creative potency. They enter the hearts of living beings and control their conditioned awareness. They are the primeval supreme. Purport. The word Vilakshana means either distinctly perceiving or confused, depending on how the prefix V is understood in context. In the case of enlightened souls, Vilakshana means perceiving the correct distinction between the body and the soul, and as Lord Krishna, as indicated by the word Ishate, guides the spiritually advanced soul. The other meaning of Vilakshana, confused or bewildered, clearly applies to those who have not understood the difference between the soul and the body, or the distinction between the individual soul and the supreme soul. Such bewildered living beings do not go back home, back to Godhead, to the eternal spiritual world, but rather achieve temporary destinations according to the laws of nature. It is understood from the Vaishnava literature that Sri Rama, Balarama, here accompanying Lord Krishna, is non-different from him, being his plenary expansion. The Lord is one, yet he expands himself, and thus Lord Balaram is no way compromises the principle of monotheism. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I feel very grateful and honored to be amongst all of you today in this beautiful temple of ISKCON Juhu. My humble obeisance to Brajahari Prabhu and all the other senior devotees and all the Vaishnavas present in this wonderful assembly. I feel very happy, at the same time little nervous also to speak in front of many senior devotees. So today I was asked to speak on these two beautiful shlokas from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10th canto of Bhagavatam is the cream of Bhagavatam, the essence. In fact, the shelter of Bhagavatam. There are 10 topics in Srimad Bhagavatam, as you know. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam utayaha manvantara ishanukatha nirodho muktir ashrayaha. So the final tattva, ashraya tattva, ashraya means shelter. So after 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th topic is ashraya, and that topic is very vividly discussed in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. 10th canto elaborating the 10th topic. So just like this ashraya is the shelter of all the other 9 topics, 10th canto of Bhagavatam is the shelter of all the other 11 cantos. Why? Because the 10th canto of Bhagavatam specifically discusses the pastimes of Krishna. There are 12 cantos in Bhagavatam. There are 335 chapters in Bhagavatam. There are 18,000 shlokas in Bhagavatam. Okay. So right from the first canto till 12th canto, you see all these 10 topics are discussed. And different forms of the Lord are discussed. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narasimha, Rama, Parashurama, so many such beautiful incarnations of the Lord, and their activities are depicted in Bhagavatam. But it is conclusively, categorically established within Bhagavatam that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Avatari. He is Sri Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Same thing in this purport also we are able to see now. So, out of 335 chapters in Bhagavatam, 90 chapters are present in 10th canto. They exclusively discuss only Krishna's pastimes. 31 chapters are discussed in 11th canto. They also exclusively describe Krishna's pastimes and mainly Krishna's teachings to Uddhava. 23 chapters of 11th canto, that is Uddhava Gita, the longest philosophical episode of Bhagavatam is present in 11th canto. They are all Krishna's teachings. So 90 plus 31, how much? 121 chapters. 121 chapters of 335 chapter Bhagavatam are exclusively focusing only on Krishna. And remaining chapters or remaining cantos also have Krishna element, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's references here and there. So it is Krishna, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's activities that occupy major portion of this magnum opus divine literature Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Bhagavatam is Granthavatar, the book form of Krishna, and the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, which describes Krishna's pastimes vividly, is the shelter of all the other cantos. And Krishna, the Supreme Lord, who is discussed in 10th canto, is the shelter of all other incarnations also, right, of the Lord. So thus, reading 10th canto of Bhagavatam is a great privilege. However, Srila Prabhupada tells us that we cannot jump into 10th canto directly. We need to read Bhagavatam from first canto, first chapter, first shloka, and shloka by shloka we need to come to 10th canto. Okay. So now in this current chapter, 46th chapter, that describes Uddhava's visit to Vrindavan, is one of the most exciting chapters of the 10th canto. Especially the next chapter, 47th chapter, Bhramara Gita, or the Song of the Bee. That is also very exciting chapter. Basically 46 and 47, these two chapters describe Uddhava's visit to Vrindavan. Okay. Now, why did Uddhava visit Vrindavan? Where did he get that inspiration? More than inspiration, it is instruction. So he was instructed by Krishna to go. As you know, Krishna appeared in Mathura, in Kamsa's prison cell, and as soon as he took birth, means he is unborn, but still he appears in Kamsa's prison cell. As soon as he appeared, he was immediately taken to Gokul by his father Vasudeva. And Vasudeva kept Krishna there, and Krishna grew up as the son of Nanda and Yashoda. So he spent time with the Vrajavasis, the cowherd community, with the Gopas and the Gopis and the cows and the calves and bulls and peacocks and parrots and monkeys for more than a decade. And after a decade, suddenly Kamsa came to know that Krishna is the eighth child of Devaki. How did he come to know? Because Narada Muni went and revealed to him the secret. Why did Narada Muni do so? Narada Muni was thinking that Krishna appeared on the planet and he's spending so much of his time only in Vrindavan. He's enjoying. What will happen to Mathura Vasis? Okay, if he's absorbed in Vrindavan pastimes, Mathura devotees are deprived of his affection, his love, his attention. So I must change the course of Krishna's pastimes. Okay, so Narada Muni, of course, although Narada Muni did not consult Krishna specifically. Krishna, should I do something, some adjustment? Should I go and reveal your birth secret to Kamsa? Poor fellow, Kamsa, he is not even knowing who is the eighth child of Devaki. Since the day Durga gave him a warning, gave him a caution note that the Lord who is going to kill you has already appeared and he is growing somewhere else. Since he heard that announcement from Durga Devi, Kamsa was like restlessly searching for you. He is in confusion. He doesn't know that you are the child of Devaki. Should I go and reveal this news? No. He did not consult, or Narada Muni did not consult Krishna before revealing this news to Kamsa. He directly went to Kamsa and said, Kamsa, you are searching for the eighth child of Devaki? That eighth child of Devaki is being grown as the son of Nanda and Yashoda in Vrindavan. You can go and catch. Okay. So what did Kamsa do? Kamsa immediately wanted to kill Devaki and Vasudeva for cheating him, but Kamsa did not do so. Why? Narada Muni stopped. Narada Muni said, if you kill Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna and Balram will run away from there. So better you keep them alive till you kill Krishna and Balram. Who can kill Krishna and Balram? No one can kill. Okay. So Kamsa had sent his minister Akrura. Akrura, you should go to Vrindavan and bring Krishna and Balram to Mathura. Many details, I am just cutting a long story short. So Akrura went to Vrindavan and informed Krishna and Balaram and Nanda Maharaj that it is the king's order, Kamsa's order, that all of you should visit Mathura for a Dhanur Yaga that our king is organizing. It's king's order. They cannot deny that order. They are obliged. They have to follow. So Krishna and Balaram started for Vrindavan. Nanda Maharaj also started for Vrindavan. Several other prominent cowherd men and cowherd boys also started from Vrindavan, not for Vrindavan, started for Mathura. They traveled to Mathura. So now here is the main point which is connected to this shloka. So Akrura had Krishna and Balaram sitting in the chariot and he was about to take them to Mathura from Vrindavan. At the time, most of the Vrajavasis felt that Krishna will come back soon, in a couple of days. Even if Kamsa does some mischief there, Krishna had the strength to kill Kamsa and then come back. He will not leave us, we cannot leave him, so he will come back. Everyone believed like that. But one group of Vrajavasis, they did not believe. Who are they? The younger gopis of Vrindavan. So, as soon as they heard this announcement that Krishna is going to Mathura the next day, all the gopis of Vrindavan felt very insecure, felt very bad that, oh, if Krishna goes away from Vrindavan, how will we maintain our lives? So they were in intense separation from Krishna. Throughout the night, they were singing the glories of Krishna, they were remembering Krishna, they were absorbed in discussion of Krishna's pastimes and loving exchanges that they had with him. They gathered in small groups throughout the night and they were discussing about Krishna. They were eagerly waiting. They were expecting that maybe some elder in this cowherd community can stop Krishna from going away from Vrindavan. So they were hoping like that. But nothing happened. All the elders are making all kinds of preparations for Krishna's travel to Mathura. And the gopis waited till the last minute. And now Akrura's chariot was about to move. Okay. So, So the Akrura's chariot was about to move. Then all the gopis thought that these elders are not understanding that they are sending their lives away from Vrindavan by sending Krishna to Mathura. So they are not taking any action. We only have to take that action. So what did the gopis do? Some gopis came and caught the wheels of Akrura's chariot, not allowing them to move. Some gopis caught the driver of Akrura's chariot and then threw him on the ground and started beating him. And some gopis caught the horses of Akrura's chariot. Some gopis lied down on the road, on the path, asking Akrura, if you want to take Krishna away from Vrindavan, take your chariot over our dead bodies. And some gopis went and caught Krishna and then they were crying profusely. Some gopis caught Balaramji, they were crying, shedding tears of separation. Okay. So the scene of departure of Krishna from Vrindavan is a very heart-touching scene, very emotional scene in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, which occurred just a few chapters back. Okay. So then Krishna consoled them with his glances, with his words, and finally convinced them, and he moved to Vrindavan. He moved to Mathura from Vrindavan. And the gopis were watching Krishna's chariot, Akrura's chariot, moving away from Vrindavan till the last speck of dust raised from the chariot settled down. The gopis were standing there looking at the scene with heavy hearts, with tears in their eyes. Just they were appearing like paintings on a picture without any movement. In this way, the gopis experienced that intense separation from Krishna. Now Krishna left. Krishna went to Mathura. And as you know, after he went to Mathura, he killed some soldiers of Kamsa. He broke his dhanu. He broke his Shiva dhanu. He also killed the washerman of Kamsa. The next day morning, he killed Kuvalaya Pida. After that, along with Balram, he killed Chanura, Mushtika, Shala, Toshala, Kuta, all the mountain like wrestlers of Kamsa. And after that, he killed Kamsa also. And Kamsa's brothers also. And he enthroned Ugrasena on the chariot, on the throne of Mathura. Then he's supposed to come back to Vrindavan, right? He did not come back. He stayed there only. The relatives implored him. He felt the necessity to stay there. So all the anticipation that the Vrajavasis had turned into an excruciating, painful experience for them. They thought that Krishna will come back in a couple of days after killing Kamsa. But Krishna is not coming back. Krishna is staying back only. So Vrajavasis are in great pain of separation from Krishna. Especially the younger gopis of Vrindavan are in great pain of separation from Krishna. Nanda Maharaj, who came with Krishna to Mathura, had to go back to Vrindavan without Krishna. Right? So how painful it is. And Yashoda Mata was waiting for Krishna to come and Krishna did not come. All the Vrajavasis were waiting. And the pain of separation that the Vrajavasis experienced, especially the gopis of Vrindavan experienced, is very elaborately depicted in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. And many other scriptures also describe that. But the pain of separation that Krishna felt from the Vrajavasis is not sufficiently described. Okay? So, the Vrajavasis were feeling separation from Krishna, and Krishna was also feeling separation from the Vrajavasis. He secretly wept because he is the Supreme Lord, right? He has a lot of responsibilities. We see Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushakha hyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayina. So those who are determined, their focus is only on one thing. But some people, their focus is on everything. So in one sense, the gopis of Vrindavan and all the Vrajavasis had only one focus on Krishna. But Krishna had multiple focuses. He has to cater to the needs of Dwarkavasis also, Mathuravasis also, Hastinapurvasis also, Svargalokvasis also, Sutalokvasis also. Right? He has to take care of the material creation also. But Vrajavasis, their focus is only on service to Krishna, nothing else. But Krishna has to cater to the needs of conditioned souls also. He has to orchestrate creation, maintenance and destruction. So these three things are not there in the case of Vrajavasis. Where is creation for Goloka? Okay, where is destruction for Goloka Vrindavan? Okay, there is no creation, maintenance, destruction, only ecstasy, only pastimes, only rasa. So they are focused on their rasa with Krishna, but Krishna also has to focus on other things, maintenance of the material world. So he had to go to Mathura. He could not come back to Vrindavan immediately, just after killing Kamsa. So, but Krishna was weeping in separation from the Vrajavasis. He was missing the Vrajavasis. He was missing his mother, Yashoda, who fed him, who maintained him for more than a decade. He was missing Nanda Maharaj, who nourished him for more than a decade. And he is missing the nourishment of all the love that he received from the Gopas and Gopis of Vrindavan. He is missing his cows. He is missing the forests of Vrindavan. He is missing the bank of Yamuna. He is missing all the Kadamba trees and the breeze that is carrying the aroma of Kadamba flowers in Vrindavan. So Krishna was missing. He was feeling separation. He was staying in Mathura, but his heart was in Vrindavan. So now you see Krishna from the perspective of Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is self-satisfied, he is Atma Rama, he is Aptakama, he has no suffering. But you see Krishna from the perspective of a 10-year-old boy who grew under the protection of some parents, and suddenly he shifted his residence to some other place. Everybody is new there. Everyone is new there. Okay, for him. Devaki and Vasudev, he saw on his birthday, not any birthday, the day of his birth. Okay, he saw Devaki and Vasudev, and again after more than a decade he is seeing them. He's a grown up boy. So the only one person that Krishna could relate with in Mathura is, let me not say, you want to guess? Who is that one person that Krishna could relate with more in Mathura? Yes? Uddhav, okay. Anyone else? Balram, okay, definitely Balram, okay. Rohini Mata. Yeah. Not Akrura. Rohini Mata. Because Rohini Mata was there in Vrindavan throughout Krishna's pastimes. As soon as Kamsa is killed and as soon as everything is settled, Rohini also shifted to Mathura. So Rohini is one person whom Krishna could relate with more. Okay. So, and of course, definitely as you said, Uddhava, someone said Balram, all these are correct answers. So Balram is there right next to him, but to get a more motherly affection, so Rohini Mata was there. So now definitely at his age, Uddhava is a very close associate of Krishna. Okay. So Rohini Mata is elder, Balramji is elder brother. So Uddhava is kind of contemporary of Krishna, and Krishna and Uddhava had very deep loving friendship. He is one of the most intimate associates of Krishna in Mathura. So one day Krishna called Uddhava and said, "My dear Uddhava, I am missing Vrindavan so much. I am always filled with the thoughts of my dear mother Yashoda, my dear father Nanda Maharaj, my beloved gopis of Vrindavan, right? So I want you to go to Vrindavan and meet my parents, meet the gopis and give my message to them. So please do that. I cannot come for various reasons, but you look like me, you know my heart, you are very close to me, I want you to go there and give my message to them. Right? Please communicate my feelings to them, and please know their feelings and come back to me and communicate those feelings to me. So in this way, Krishna requested Uddhava to go to Vrindavan. Now, like Uddhava went as a messenger to Vrindavan to communicate Krishna's feelings to the Vrajavasis, but something deeper is happening here. Krishna wanted Uddhava to witness the feelings of Vrajavasis. Uddhava is my dear associate. Let him witness the topmost display of Krishna Prema in Vrindavan. When he goes and meets Nanda Maharaj, when Uddhava goes and meets Yashoda Mata, when Uddhava witnesses the Prema of the gopis of Vrindavan, he will understand what it means to be Krishna conscious. Yes, all the Mathuravasis are also Krishna conscious. But the Krishna consciousness is manifested to the maximum, highest possible extent in Vrindavan. All the devotees of all rasas, the toppers of all rasas are present in Vrindavan. Who is the best of all Vatsalya Bhaktas of Krishna? They are present in Vrindavan. Best of all Sakhya Bhaktas of Krishna, they are present in Vrindavan. Toppers. Just like in some universities, the toppers of all fields will come there, right? Similarly, in Vrindavan, all the toppers of all rasas are present there. Toppers of Madhurya Rasa, toppers of Vatsalya Rasa, toppers of Sakhya Rasa, okay, especially these three rasas. So they were present there. So Uddhava is having a responsibility of communicating Krishna's feelings to Vrajavasis, and he also has the opportunity to witness the topmost display of Krishna Prema in Vrindavan, Vraja Prema in Vrindavan. So that's the background of Uddhava's visit to Vrindavan. That's the chapter, current chapter we are discussing now. Uddhava's visit to Vrindavan. So he went somewhere in the evening time. Okay. So then Nanda Maharaj saw him and he could recognize him. So he immediately invited Uddhava into Nanda Bhavan, and Yashoda Mata was sitting there, Uddhava was sitting there, Nanda Maharaj was sitting, and three of them were conversing about Krishna. So Nanda Maharaj only was speaking. Yashoda Mata could not speak a single word. But without speaking a single word, she could communicate loads of her feelings. Emotional turmoil was visible in her expressions, in her demeanor. She could not speak a single word because she was so overwhelmed with feelings of separation from Krishna. So Uddhava is witnessing how much love Yashoda Mata had. And Uddhava is now witnessing our Nanda Maharaj's love also. And they had a little conversation. And Nanda Maharaj was asking, how is Krishna, how is Balram, does he remember the Vrajavasis, does he remember his father, does he remember his mother? So he was asking questions, and it's not just questions, not just words, the emotions were overwhelming. And Uddhava is moment by moment getting exposed to the greatest display of Vatsalya Prema. In that context, Uddhava spoke this shloka. He says, Yuvam shlagyatamau nunam dehinam ihamanada. Yuvam shlagyatamam. Shlagya means praiseworthy. Shlagyatamau means best of all praiseworthy people. My dear Nanda Maharaj, O respectable Yashoda Mata, you are the most praiseworthy devotees of Krishna. You have developed such great parental affection for Krishna, which is unparalleled in the entire cosmic manifestation. You are Shlagyatamau, best of all praiseworthy people, right? Dehinam ihamanada narayane akhila gurau yat krita matiridrishi. And here Uddhava is presenting Krishna as Narayana and Akhila Guru. Narayana is the Supreme Lord. And Akhila Guru is the supreme teacher of all everyone, right? So Uddhava is presenting Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. But in Vrindavan, the Vrajavasis understand Krishna as beloved child. So the love that the devotees have in Vrindavan is called Kevala Prema, Kevala Bhakti. And the love that is existing outside Vrindavan is Mathura, Dwaraka, these places is Aishwarya Gnana Yukta Bhakti, Aishwarya Gnana Yukta Prema. This is also Prema, that is also Prema. This is also love for Krishna, that is also love for Krishna. But in Vrindavan, the Vrajavasis love Krishna like their beloved child, beloved friend. But outside Vrindavan, they love Krishna as God. Vrajavasis don't know that Krishna is God, but they love God more than anyone else could ever love God. That's the extent of their Krishna Prema, love of God. Okay. So now even Brahma also said, Brahma, when he offered these prayers to Krishna, he said, Aho bhagyam nanda gopa vrajaukasam yanmitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam. Aho bhagyam, what great fortune, what great fortune. Whose fortune? Nanda Gopa Vrajaukasam. All the Vrajavasis, cowhead community headed by Nanda Maharaj is extremely fortunate. Their fortune is unparalleled in the entire cosmic manifestation. Aho bhagyam Nanda Gopa Vrajaukasam yan mitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam. Because that Purna Brahma, the supreme absolute truth, complete absolute truth, acted like mitra, friend to all these Vrajavasis. So Vrajavasis don't love Krishna because he's God. Vrajavasis love Krishna because he's Krishna. Right? Whether you are God or not, it doesn't matter to us. You are Krishna and we love you. That's all. We love you more than our own children. All the mothers of Vrindavan, all the fathers of Vrindavan, all the cows of Vrindavan love Krishna more than their own children, as it is very wonderfully depicted in Brahma Vimohana Leela. And Vrajavasis love Krishna more than their own selves. If Krishna eats, they become happy more than when they eat. Right? Even if they are hungry, it doesn't matter to them. Krishna ate, they are happy. Of course, nobody in Vrindavan will go hungry. But point is, for them, Krishna's happiness is topmost priority beyond the happiness of themselves or their family members and other people. Right? Krishna's safety is their first priority. So, such is the glory of Vrindavan. And our Uddhava is able to witness that. So after hearing all the emotional words spoken by Nanda Maharaj, and after seeing the emotional expressions of Mother Yashoda, Uddhava became speechless. But still he composed himself and started speaking, appreciating their glory, appreciating their devotion for Krishna. So I have never witnessed such an intense love for Krishna anywhere. Right? And as I said, these Vrajavasis have Kevala Prema. Kevala Prema means only love for Krishna. Without an understanding that Krishna is the Supreme God, without a conception of Krishna's Godhood, they love Krishna. So now, but Uddhava is saying he is Narayana, Akhala Guru. Sri Narayana Pundarika Nayana Sri Rama Sita Pate Govindachyuta Nanda Nanda Namukunda Nanda Damodara Vishnu Raghava Vasudeva Hare Devendra Chudamane. In this shloka, which comes in Padyavali, it says that Sri Narayana Pundarika Nayana, the Supreme Lord's all kinds of names and forms are mentioned in this one shloka. Sri Narayana Pundarika Nayana. Oh Narayana, you are Pundarika Nayana, you have lotus eyes. Sri Rama Sita Pate, you appear as Lord Ramachandra, as the husband of Sita Devi. Govindachyuta Nanda Nanda Namukunda Nanda Damodara. You are Govinda, you give pleasure to the cows. Ananda, you are extremely blissful. Govindachyuta. Achyuta means you never fail in your affection towards your devotees. Govindachyuta Nanda Nanda Namukunda Nanda Damodara. Mukunda means one who gives liberation, one who gives mukti. Ananda Damodara. Is Damodara Ananda? Damodara is crying. Okay, in Damodar Leela, you see Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna, chastising Krishna, scolding Krishna, binding Krishna, and she says, I will not give you any milk products today. Okay, I'll bind you. I'll tie you up here, you have to lie down here whole day. No playmates for you, no toys for you, no milk products for you. You are arrested today. And Krishna is crying. Okay, but Ananda Damodara. Govinda Achyuta Nanda Nandana Mukunda Ananda Damodara Vishnu Raghava Vasudeva Hare Devendra Chudamani. You are Vishnu, you are Raghava, you are Vasudeva, you are Nrihari, you are Devendra Chudamani, means you are the crest jewel of all gods. You are God of all gods. So such Lord who manifests himself in all these forms, he gives up his godhood, he keeps aside his godhood, he doesn't give up, he keeps aside his godhood in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, devotees, the Brajavasis don't think Krishna is God. Even if Krishna manifests his godhood several times, while playing the role of a human child, he manifests superhuman activities. But still Brajavasis don't believe that Krishna is God. Right? So Krishna's godhood is kept aside. Krishna's sweetness manifests in Vrindavan. And here is Uddhava, who understands Krishna's godhood, is witnessing the love of devotees who don't understand Krishna's godhood, who don't acknowledge Krishna's godhood. So when Mathura representative Uddhava meets Vrindavan, prominent residents of Vrindavan, Yashoda and Nanda, what will happen? So he is saying that Narayana Akhila Guru. So he is Narayana, he is Akhila Guru, and we have love for him. But the gopis, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mata, they say, whether he is Narayana or Akhila Guru, it doesn't matter to us, he is our son. He is our son, right? So you see in that beautiful picture, Mother Yashoda is seeing entire universe within Krishna's mouth. And you know what Mother Yashoda thought? She thought that my son must be haunted by a ghost. Or maybe my son got some special disease, right? Oh Narayana, please protect my son, Krishna. So here Uddhava is saying Narayana Akhila Guru is Krishna, and Yashoda Mata says, oh Narayana, please protect my Krishna. Okay. When Gargamuni came to Nanda Maharaj for the Namkaran ceremony of Krishna, Gargamuni said, protect this child nicely. If you protect him, he will protect you from all calamities. Why? He is Narayana Samo Gunaihi. He has qualities equivalent to Narayana. Then Nanda Maharaj, you know how he understood it, what was Nanda Maharaj's purport to this Narayana Samo Gunaihi? My son Krishna, little boy, human child, he has special blessings of Narayana, therefore he is able to perform all superhuman activities. That's all. Nanda Maharaj doesn't think Krishna to be Narayana. He thinks that Krishna had special blessings of Narayana, specially empowered by Narayana. So this is the mood of Brajavasis. Even if they sometimes speak apparently in a reverential tone, apparently they want to serve Krishna, but their mood is, as a parent I have to serve my child. Mother does service to the child, right? Father serves the son, right? So that's how Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata serve Krishna in the mood of parent, in the mood of protector. Not that he protects us. Even if he protects me, I have to protect him. That is Yashoda Mata's conception. Krishna protected all the Brajavasis, lifting Govardhan mountain. Okay? Krishna is holding like that. And Yashoda Mata says, Krishna, why do you do all kinds of mischief? Why did you stop Indra Puja? Indra became angry and he is creating this devastating rainfall. And now you have to hold such heavy weight on your head, on your hand. How will you hold such a heavy weight? So let me clear your perspiration. She takes her sari and then wipes the perspiration on Krishna's face. And she also feeds butter to Krishna. Krishna, eat. If I don't feed Krishna, Krishna will become weak. He is protecting all of you. What your feeding will do to him. But Yashoda Mata always thinks that if I don't feed Krishna, Krishna will suffer from hunger. If I don't discipline Krishna, Krishna will grow up as a naughty boy. I don't want him to do mischief. Now he is stealing butter. Tomorrow he will steal something else. I have to discipline him. I have to punish him, I have to chastise him, I have to scold him. If needed, I have to bind him. That is her conception. Okay. Balramji once went to Yashoda Mata and said, Yashoda Mata, you know who Krishna is? You have tied him up like that? Yashoda Mata said, who is Krishna? Then Balram said, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the source of all avatars. He is Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, Vamana, Matsya, Kurma, this and that. Then Yashoda Mata looked at Krishna and said, who are you then? Then Balramji said, I am Lakshmana, I am Sesha, I am Sankarshana, I am Naga, I hold all the planets. If I become angry, I will destroy all the planets. Yashoda Mata sarcastically said, she did not have any jerk in her emotions at all. When Balramji is boasting like that very seriously, Balramji is very serious, by the way. He is not joking. Yashoda Mata said, all the incarnation in the world have to take birth in my home only or what? They did not find any other place? Shut up and get out. If you say any single word extra, I will also beat you and tie you up like Krishna. Balramji just ran away. This is Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan. This is Kevala Prema. She loves Krishna as her son. Nanda Maharaj loves Krishna as his son. There is one poet who said that let people read Shruti scriptures, let people read Smriti scriptures, let people do this and that, let people read Mahabharata. But as far as I am concerned, I just worship Nanda Maharaj, in whose courtyard the Supreme Lord Krishna is playing like a small child. Okay? So that is the respect that Nanda Maharaj receives from common devotees. And Yashoda Mata, Nemam virincho nabhavo nashrirapyanga samshrayat prasadam lebhire gopi yattat prapa vimuktidat. Na imam virincho na bhavo na shrir. The fortune or the mercy that Yashoda Mata received from Krishna was not received by anyone, including Brahma or Shiva or even Lakshmi also. Her position as the mother of Krishna is superior to the position of Brahma, superior to the position of Shiva also, superior to the position of Mother Lakshmi also. Right? So that is Vrindavan, where Krishna is lovingly maintained, protected by Yashoda and Nanda, and Uddhava is getting to see. So as I said some time back, Krishna had sent Uddhava. One reason is to console his parents, but another reason is to witness the prema of the Vrajavasis. Let him see what Kevala Prema means. Okay? So then Uddhava is witnessing all this. And to glorify more of the devotion of Nanda Maharaj and the Vrajavasis, specifically the parents of Krishna in this sloka, we have Brahma again acknowledging the glory of Vrindavan form of Krishna. He says, Naumidyate brava pushe taditambaraya gunjavatam saparipichhala sanmukhayam vanyasraje kavalavetra vishana venu lakshmashriye mridupade pashupangajayam. Naumi idyate abravapushi. Let me offer my obeisances unto that Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna, 6-year-old boy, and Brahma with his 4 heads, 8 eyes, shedding tears and offering prayers. Krishna, please forgive me. I have stolen your calves and boys. Please forgive me. I am offering prayers to you. Naumi idyate abravapushi. You are having the complexion of cloud. Tadit ambaraya. Your cloth is shining like lightning. Gunjavatam saparipichhala sanmukhaya. You are wearing gunjamala. In Vrindavan, Krishna wears a simple gunjamala. He is not wearing very expensive jewelry. Gunjavatam saparipichhala sanmukhaya. Your face is resplendent with the peacock feather, shining peacock feather. Why Krishna is wearing peacock feather? There are so many reasons why Krishna wears peacock feather. Okay, there is this shloka that comes again in Padyavali. Bhandire shashikhanda mandanavara shri khanda liptangahe vrindaranya purandara sphuradamande varashyamala kalindi priyananda nandana paranandara vindekshana Shri Govinda Mukunda Sundaratano Mam Dinamanandaya Bhandiresha Shikhanda Mandanavara. Krishna is resplendent with a shining peacock feather on his head, because a peacock became impressed with Krishna's dance and gave him a gift. Right? So Krishna dances for the pleasure of peacocks and receives the gift of their feathers. You understand? There are some dancers who may display their dance in front of some big kings and then get some gift. Krishna is like that. In Vrindavan, he keeps aside his godhood. He doesn't say, I am the Supreme Lord. He says, I am a puppet in the hands of Vrajavasis. Even peacocks also. Krishna dances and peacocks offer a feather to Krishna. Sometimes the older gopis call Krishna, Krishna, you dance for us, we'll give you butter. And Krishna will dance and he will clap and they will give little butter. And sometimes the gopis say, if you dance for us, we'll give bananas. Just for one banana, Krishna dances in Vrindavan. So this is the speciality of Vrindavan. He wants to be a puppet in the hands of the Vrajavasis. Although he is the supreme controller, everyone is a puppet in Krishna's hands, but Krishna wants to be a puppet in Vrajavasi's hands. Coming back to this shloka, Bhandire Shashikhanda Mandanavara Shri Khanda Liptangahe. So Krishna is the master of Bhandiravan and he wears this peacock feather. He steals a feather from Radharani's pet peacock and wears on his head. Okay, to impress her. Right? My peacock's feather. So Bhandire Shashikhanda Mandanavara Shri Khanda Liptangahe. He is also very nicely anointed with sandalwood pulp. Vrindaranya Purandara Spuradamandendivara. In this dark complexion, as a cowhead boy in Vrindavan, he enters the forest of Vrindavan. And he is the master of all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. Vrindaranya Purandara Spuradamandendivara Shyamala Kalindi Priyanandanandana Paranandaravindekshana. He is very dear to Kalindi, Yamuna, and Yamuna is very dear to him. Nanda Nandana Para. He causes the greatest pleasure to Nanda Maharaj. Aravindekshana, he has lotus-like eyes. Shri Govinda Mukunda Sundaratano Mam Dinamanandaya. O Govinda, O Mukunda, who has Sundaratanu, beautiful body, beautiful form, please give us some Ananda. So like that, there is a lot of glorification of Krishna's form in Vrindavan. Coming back to our Brahma's glorification, Brahma says, Naumidyate Pravapushe Tadidambaraya Gunjavatam Saparipicchala Sanmukhaya. You are wearing this Gunjamala, you are wearing this peacock feather, and this form as Gopal, as a cowhead boy in Vrindavan, is the supreme manifestation of the absolute truth. Krishna has multiple forms, right? As Vishnu in Vaikuntha. But the sweetness that is demonstrated in Krishna's cowhead boy form in Vrindavan is not present in any other form. Yes, they are also sweet, nothing to demean their forms, but Krishna is extra sweet. Krishna is extremely sweet. Okay, the sweetness of Krishna is manifested to the topmost degree in Vrindavan. And Pashupanga Jaya, Krishna is the son of a cowhead boy in Vrindavan, cowhead man in Vrindavan, and Nanda Maharaj is that cowhead man. Nanda Maharaj's position as father of Krishna is superior to Vasudev's position as father of Krishna also. Here is Uddhava coming from Mathura. He saw Vasudev there. Now he is coming and seeing Nanda Maharaj here. He says, your fatherhood is the most fortunate position. As a father of Krishna, you are in a greater position than even Vasudev, who is also father of Krishna in Mathura. Because sometimes Vasudeva folds his hands, sometimes Devaki Mata folds her hands and offers prayers to Krishna. After Krishna killed Kamsa, Vasudeva and Devaki came running towards Krishna, not to embrace Krishna, to offer prayers to Krishna. Krishna felt so embarrassed and awkward and uncomfortable. And my parents, I am meeting them after 10 years, and then they are offering dandavats to me, offering prayers to me. Krishna was not comfortable. He did some magic. Okay, then the mood of Vasudeva and Devaki changed, and they immediately went and embraced Krishna. Krishna, my dear son. That's what Krishna wants, right? More than this, Krishna wants this. And that is available profusely in Vrindavan, whether it is from friends or parents or the gopas, lovers. Sometimes even Krishna manifests his godhood. Then the gopas think Krishna just swallowed forest fire. Forest fire attacked all the cows in Vrindavan. So Krishna entered that place. And all the gopas were in anxiety. Our cows are in fire, our cows are in fire. Then Krishna said, my dear friends, please close your eyes, as if he's playing. All the gopas just closed their eyes. Krishna swallowed the forest fire within a moment. And he said, my dear friends, please open your eyes. They opened. Fire is not there. Cows are safe. And all the gopas, for a moment, they felt that Krishna must be a great devata. He swallowed forest fire within no time. He protected our cows. Maybe he's a great devata. Within the next moment, the gopas said, if Krishna is a devata, we are also devatas. Because we are his friends. Right? So all friends must be on equal plane, right? Even if Krishna manifests his godhood, his Aishwarya Shakti, the display of Krishna's Aishwarya Shakti in this Madhurya abode, in this Kevala abode of Vrindavan, will only enhance the Kevala prema of Rajavasis, whether they are friends or parents or lovers. Okay? So, in this Madhurya Dham, Vrindavan also, in where Kevala Bhakti is prominent, there is a display of Aishwarya. As you know, you don't have to be told. There are so many pastimes that you are seeing in this picture. So Krishna manifested the Aishwarya of his lips while killing Putana. Krishna manifested the Aishwarya of his hands while killing Trinavarta. Krishna manifested his potency of legs while killing Shakatasur. Krishna displays all powers when he is displaying universe within the mouth of his mouth to Mother Yashoda. So like that, there is sufficient display of Aishwarya in Vrindavan also. And there is perception of Aishwarya by Vrajavasis also, especially in three cases. One, when there is Vismaya. Second, there is Vipatti. Then third, there is Vismaya is astonishment. You are astonished, you are struck, you are surprised to see Krishna lifting Govardhan mountain. There is a display of Aishwarya Shakti of Krishna. And there is Vipatti, there is calamity that is coming. Our Trinavarta comes, and then Putana comes, Arishtasur comes, Keshi comes, Krishna kills them in front of everyone. So that is Vipatti, Vismaya, Vipatti, and one more is there. Viraha. Viraha means separation, right? This is the situation. How can I forget that? This is the situation of separation. All the Vrajavasis are in separation from Krishna. Then Krishna's Aishwarya is being displayed here. That's why he is saying, Uddhava is saying, Narayane Akhila Gurau Yat Krita Matir Drshi. So Krishna is Narayana. So the display of Krishna's Aishwarya is seen here. At least the description of Krishna's Aishwarya is seen here when they are in Viraha. But these three cases in which Krishna's Aishwarya is displayed in front of the Vrajavasis will only enhance their prema for Krishna, will only enhance their love for Krishna. And that Shakti, that Aishwarya Shakti of Krishna that is displayed in front of Vrajavasis will become a subservient of their Kevala prema, will become a servant of their love for Krishna. What's the time now? How much time we should? 9:07. When should we end? 9:10, right? Yeah, 3 more minutes, we'll wind up. So, in this way, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the Vrajavasis don't acknowledge that fact more. They are more imbued with feelings of love for Krishna, whether parental love or conjugal love or anything. And it is Uddhava who got this opportunity to witness that Vraja Prema. Okay, as he is saying in the next shloka, he is saying that Balram and Krishna are the Supreme Lords. Balram is the immediate first expansion of Krishna, and they both have done so many things in this world. They are creators of the world. And he is saying that Uddhava is speaking of the glories of Krishna and Balram in front of Nanda and Yashoda. But Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata are like, they are not taking in these Aishwarya information into them. They are overwhelmed with Vatsalya feelings only. Right? Even if you just put a big mic and shout in front of Vrajavasis, scream that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Bhagavan, he is the creator, maintainer, destroyer, master, controller, proprietor, enjoyer. But Yashoda Mata says, he is my son. Nanda Maharaj says, he is my son. Sridhar says, he is my friend. Radharani says, he is my lover. That's all. And after this whole episode where Uddhava witnessed the parental love of Yashoda and Nanda, he went to the gopis of Vrindavan. And the gopis, they saw Akrura's chariot, Uddhava's chariot in front of Nanda Bhavan, and they identified that this must be from Mathura. And looks like Akrura has come back again. Earlier, this Akrura came to Vrindavan to take Krishna away from Vrindavan. Thus, he has taken our lives from Vrindavan. Again, he came back to take our dead bodies or what? To please his master, Kamsa. So, the gopis of Vrindavan were so upset, so angry with Akrura that they said like this. However, when they saw Uddhava coming out of Nanda Bhavan early in the morning, this conversation between Uddhava and Yashoda and Nanda was happening in the night. Early in the morning, Uddhava got up and then hardly he slept. So he came out of Nanda Bhavan and all the younger gopis saw, who is this personality who looks exactly like Krishna? But definitely he is not Krishna, that is clear to them. But seeing a person who is resembling Krishna, wearing the clothes of Krishna, wearing the ornaments of Krishna, they immediately surrounded Uddhava and said, who are you? You must be Krishna's friend. You must be Krishna's brother or whatever. You look exactly like Krishna. Did Krishna send a message? All the gopis just took Uddhava to a secluded place and secretly started a conversation with him. And Uddhava, out of great respect for this exalted devotees gopis, he is sitting there very respectfully speaking to them, answering their questions. And the next chapter discusses Bhramara Gita. Srimati Radharani goes into some transcendental ecstasy of madness of love for Krishna and started conversing with a Bhramara, with a bee, thinking that it is Krishna, and started chastising that bee. And after this whole long episode, Uddhava witnessed, yesterday I saw the greatest manifestation of Vatsalya Prema in Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata. Now I am seeing the greatest manifestation of Madhurya Prema in the younger gopis of Vrindavan. He desired to become a blade of grass in Vrindavan, to get the dust from the lotus feet of all these Vrajavasis, especially the gopis. Asamaho charanare anujusham aham syam Vrindavane kimapi gulmalataushadhinam yadustyajam svajanamarya patham chahitva bhejurmukunda padavim shritibhirvimrigyam asamaho charanarenu jusham aham syam. I just want a speck of dust from the lotus feet of all these gopis of Vrindavan. If I ask them, they are very simple-hearted, modest, humble village girls. They don't give me their dust. Because I am a prince from Mathura. They are simple girls from Vrindavan, a small village. Actually forest. They are forest dwellers, not even village dwellers. Okay? They are forest dwellers, mountain dwellers. So they will not give. So I have an idea. Uddhava had an idea. What was that idea? I will become a blade of grass, or a shrub, or a creeper in Vrindavan. So that when the gopis come out, even if not inside Vrindavan, at least on the outskirts of Vrindavan, so that when gopis walk, I can get their footprints, their dust from their lotus feet. Asamaho charanare anujusham aham syam Vrindavane kimapi gulmalataushadhinam. I will become a gulmalata in Vrindavan. Yadustyajam svajanamarya patham chahitva. Dustyajam means it's extremely difficult to give up. The gopis of Vrindavan have given up the extremely difficult to give up social customs and all, and they wanted to worship Krishna. They wanted to dedicate themselves for Krishna's seva. So this is the speciality of the Vraja Prema, especially the love of the Vrajavasis. And Uddhava visited Vrindavan, witnessed their love, witnessed their prema, and desired to become a dust at their lotus feet. So that is the purpose of Uddhava's visit. Uddhava stayed there for a couple of months. He started narrating all Krishna's pastimes, whatever he knows. He doesn't know much in comparison to the Vrajavasis. Uddhava knows sufficiently about Krishna, but not as much as Vrajavasis know. More than discussing Krishna's pastimes in front of the Vrajavasis, he is witnessing their love and hearing their pastimes. He would go with the friends of Krishna, he would go with the gopis of Krishna, and gopis and gopas will say, Uddhava, here is in this place Krishna has performed this pastime. At this place Krishna has performed this pastime. Like that, all the Vrajavasis are showering Uddhava with the rain of their Hari Katha, their Krishna Katha. You see? So this is the speciality of Vraja Prema. And Uddhava felt so fortunate after staying there for a couple of months. Uddhava felt so nourished to witness Vraja Prema. And then Uddhava went back to Mathura. And Vrajavasis were hearing Uddhava, although Uddhava doesn't know as much as they know, but the very fact that Uddhava is speaking about Krishna overwhelmed the Vrajavasis with so much love and remembrances of Krishna. So it consoled them, it kind of pacified their feelings of separation. That's why they were hearing nicely. So Uddhava came back from Vrindavan, he met Krishna, and Krishna is asking the details of the stay of Uddhava in Vrindavan. For a few months, continuously Krishna sat with Uddhava and heard all the updates of Vrindavan. Not headlines. He wants to go into deep details. Okay, on first day, in the first hour, what has happened? Please tell me. Then he's speaking. And it's not just giving a moment by moment or minute by minute or hour by hour, day by day description of what happened in Vrindavan. Uddhava is also describing the feelings and emotions of the Vrajavasis for Krishna, and that takes more time. He had spent 2 months. Even if he replicates, if he gives all the details of what happened in 2 months to Krishna, it may take 2 months. But it's not just giving the details of what happened. It is also the details of what he has witnessed, all the emotions, the description. That took more time. So Krishna patiently, with great eagerness and enthusiasm, he sat with Uddhava for such a long time. He has heard everything that Uddhava had to say about his visit to Vrindavan. Okay, so these are some special loving exchanges that happened between Krishna and Vrajavasis, and Uddhava is running a transcendental communication between both the parties. He is so fortunate, and we are fortunate to discuss all this based on the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. By Prabhupada's grace, we got this special access to this divine literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, in a more relatable way, understandable way. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all of you. Thank you very much. Ganathara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Do you have time for a question, Prabhu? You can ask.
Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji, I have one doubt that in Aghasur Vadh Leela, when Krishna killed Aghasur, there was so much jubilation in heavenly planets also, that to see that jubilation, even Lord Brahma from Brahmalok descend to the earth to see that jubilation. It is given in Krishna book. But in the next chapter we see the Brahma Vimohan Leela. How come it is possible that Brahma, who knows that he killed, and he is getting
That's the idea of Brahma Vimohana Leela. It was Brahma who called Krishna. Krishna, Mother, Earth is overburdened by so many military forces. Please come and protect. It's he who called Krishna. Then Krishna came, and Brahma saw, and then he was bewildered. Okay, that's the whole idea of Brahma Vimohana Leela. That shows that however great you may be, however exalted you may be, however intelligent and knowledgeable you may be, there is a scope of getting bewildered. We need to be attentive in our high position. So Brahma was bewildered, and of course Brahma's bewilderment is not exactly the bewilderment of Indra. Indra was also there when Brahma called. Indra was also bewildered, right? He created rainfall in Vrindavan and Krishna lifted Govardhan. So, but Indra's bewilderment is different from Brahma's bewilderment. So, Brahma's bewilderment facilitated, it's under the influence of Yogamaya, and it facilitated Krishna's loving exchanges with all the mothers of Vrindavan. All the mothers of Vrindavan, the gopis of Vrindavan, elder gopis, they were thinking that Mother Yashoda is so fortunate. She is dressing Krishna, she is feeding Krishna, she is bathing Krishna, she is decorating Krishna, she is making Krishna sleep. She is so fortunate. If we also get an opportunity to serve Krishna in this way, we will also become fortunate. They had this desire. Krishna wanted to fulfill that desire. And Brahma Vimohan Leela came there so that this loving exchanges between Krishna and all the mothers of Vrindavan were made possible. Okay, this is one reason. And Brahma got bewildered. The lesson for us is, however senior you may be, however exalted you may be, there is a possibility of bewilderment. We need to be careful. And within a moment, Brahma realized that, oh, I did a mistake. He went and begged forgiveness. But that moment is 1 year, that gave some space to Krishna to reciprocate with the love of Vrajavasis, right? It's a momentary bewilderment from Brahma's perspective. That doesn't, that should not make us demean Brahma's position or minimize Brahma's position. At the same time, after this incident, Brahma went to a place called Antardvipa. And he was doing tapasya. Even after offering so many prayers to Krishna, Krishna did not speak a single word to Brahma. Brahma felt really broken-hearted. He felt so ashamed, embarrassed and guilty for his own behavior. He went to Antardvipa and did tapasya. Then Lord Krishna came in a golden form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, Brahma, you wanted to test me because you are little affected by your supreme position as the creator of the universe. In my next appearance as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will be deprived of that position, of high social position. You will be born in a Mlecha dynasty. You will be called Haridas Thakur, right? So, in such a situation of humility, you will be able to understand me. In pride, one cannot recognize Krishna's glory. In humility, one can recognize and appreciate and submit to the glory of Krishna. So, Brahma became Haridas Thakur, participated in the next set of pastimes of Krishna, right? So, Brahma Vimohan Leela should be seen in multiple perspectives. One is Yogamaya's case, second is Krishna's fulfilling the desires of Vatsalya devotees, and also Haridas Thakur's appearance, and guilt after doing a mistake, and pride in high position. So many lessons are there. Okay.
Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji, this means that when Brahma was asking for forgiveness, Krishna didn't forgive him.
No, forgiveness is there, but he did not verbally say it.
Okay.
He just kept quiet.
Okay.
And that gave another opportunity to Brahma to go to another place and run into another episode of begging forgiveness, offering prayers and meditation. Then the Lord gave and fulfilled the desire.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, someone has to tell me when to stop. One more question, one last question. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very inspirational class. Prabhuji, we were mentioning that how Kamsa was unaware that Lord Krishna is born as a Nanda Maharaj's son. Then later Narada told him. So I have one doubt in this, that Kamsa sent Putana to kill all the child, not knowing about where is Krishna and who is Krishna. But later he sent many demons. So that demons, you were mentioning that period of Narada's information to Kamsa, that was 1 decade. So many demons like Shaktasura.
In this 1 decade, so many demons came to Vrindavan only and specifically killed by Krishna only. Yes, it was not confirmed to Kamsa that Krishna was the 8th child of Devaki and Vasudeva. But it was known to Kamsa, he was hearing from here and there. He never personally came to Vrindavan. He was hearing from here and there that there is one little child of Nanda Maharaj who has some special powers. Somehow or the other, all the demons that he is sending in different directions are ending up in Vrindavan and are being killed by Krishna. But there was no confirmed news to Kamsa that Krishna, who was growing as the child of Nanda Maharaj, was actually the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. He did not know that. Okay, but he came to know Krishna is a very powerful child and all that. Confirmation was given by Narada Muni. Okay, thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.